No, that's okay. I'm just gonna...
You guys are live.
Oh, we're live. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for being here this morning with us. We have a beautiful crew, and it's a beautiful day to do some yoga and be together. Please join us every morning at 9 a.m. We have an outdoor studio now at Mystic Fitness. I personally teach on Tuesday mornings, but we have wonderful teachers teaching every single day at 9 o'clock as well. And we're also starting our in-studio classes, the 4 p.m.s every day. No?
Tuesday, Thursday.
Sorry, obviously I don't know what I'm talking about. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday? Saturday?
Sunday.
Tuesday,
only.
Thursday, and yes, and registration only, and Bikram only, right? Indoor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Awesome. So let's come together in a comfortable place. Allow your bodies to feel the earth. And just start to find the breath. And just let go of anything that it's taken you to arrive to this moment. So you're just flowing moment by moment. And there's this breath. And then this one. And this one. In and out. And then there's this earth. Ever present. Supporting. And so much stability. And as you breathe in and out, nice long in-breaths and out-breaths. Begin to take in a 6-count in-breath and a 6-count out-breath so that you can slow down the breath a little bit more. Letting the nervous system notice safety. And letting the nervous system notice just the soothing effect of the breath and the supportive effect of the ground. Notice if it's difficult for you to take it in for 6 counts and out, and that should give you a little bit of a tip about maybe how shallow your breath is. You might deepen it a little more by letting it begin at the lowermost belly so that you can make it to that 6 count in breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, down, down, down. And as you become more and more connected to the rhythm of your breath and to the rhythm of this earth, to like the heartbeat of the earth. It's much slower than our pace. It's much slower. The pace of nature is much, much slower. And we can actually make a concerted kind of decision to slow down and to flow with the rhythm of the earth, the breath, the wind. As you listen to the sounds of the birds, sounds of traffic in the background, sound of wind, and reminding us of our interconnectedness. And interdependence and all that exists. And one more deep in breath. And then letting go. And as you slowly start to move the body, see if you can, for those of us who are outdoors, to actually start to move in a way that feels like you're even caressing the wind and the ground beneath you. And those of us who are indoors, you can start to just become super, super aware of the sensation around your skin as you start to move. Very subtle movements. And wherever you are, maybe you're lying on your back, maybe you're sitting up, you might extend your arms overhead and just take that first stretch. And enliven your body with the in-breath as you stretch. And there is a certain sense of delight in experiencing movement. Some circular motions throughout the arms maybe, or some side to side bending. Or if you're lying down on your back, you might bring your knees towards your chest and start to kind of rock side to side. And then all of us will meet in a seated position. And as you slowly get there, you might begin to just check in with the shoulders and circle the shoulders around, backwards and forward. You might notice that your arms want to feel their own length at some point, or there is like this experience of rotational motions throughout the shoulders and even the elbows and the wrists, starting to incorporate the wrists. Delighting in your own movement. What a cool concept. We have these bodies, we're here on this earth, we found ourselves in this mystery, and we've got these sensations that come about when we move. So just have a sense of curiosity around that. And then we'll all eventually bring the palms to heart space, start to rub the palms. Fire up those palm centers. And then placing the hands on top of your heart. Right hand on top of the heart, left hand on top of the right. And finding this mudra of universal love. This mudra of peace. This act of connecting to your heart. And maybe an intention of operating more from the heart throughout your day and your life. And we open the practice with the sacred sound of Om. First, a cleansing breath together. Inhale. Beautiful. Take your time to slowly make your way into a standing position. And now start to explore the sides of the body by finding some side bending, side to side, allowing that side body to feel the stretch. Maybe you press the hip to the opposite direction each time around, and those arms are like seaweeds in the ocean. They're just kind of flowing. Again, that skin layer is being caressed by the wind. And at some point, bring the hands to your hips, separate the feet a little wider, and start to circle your hips around, all the way through and around. And then bringing your feet just hip distance, maybe a little bit wider. You can find a squat, planting your hands on your thighs. Open the heart with the in-breath, and on the out-breath, just release the chest down. Inhale, opening up. And exhale down. Incorporate the neck a little bit more. A couple more. Last time. Now, separate your feet a little wider and get the toes to face outwards a little bit more. And bring your fingertips to the ground, squatting enough to be able to do that. And then drop your hips down and extend the hips up a bunch of times, getting into those inner thighs, inner hips, and legs. Notice how wonderful it feels to do this motion. And if it doesn't feel wonderful, you might need some blocks underneath hands. You might need to adjust your feet placement. Again, a process of continuously listening inward to the body. And returning back to the center, placing hands on thighs and pressing yourself up. Two arms reach overhead with a deep in-breath. On the out-breath, palms to heart space. One more time, in. And out. Taking the hands behind the lower back, press the hips forward, open up through the chest. Pressing the hips more forward and allowing those glutes muscles to squeeze as you press forward. Open the throat. Maybe even interlace hands behind back. And then returning back to neutral, we'll start to take some motions of twisting to one side. Take the right hand on top of the left hip, and then behind you, you grab a hold of the opposite hip. I'm mirroring to the camera, you guys, so you guys should just follow my arm motions versus listening to the cues when I mirror. Back and forth, all the way up and around. Now I want you to pay particular attention to that hand that's rising first. Let your gaze follow it, follow it, follow it, follow it, all the way back, and then twist. Again, right hand reaches all the way up, 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 and around. A few more times. This should feel really, really wonderful. This should feel delightful. Two more times. It feels so good. I can't stop. Last time on each side. Good. And then let's just start to shake up those wrists and bounce up and down. Good. And then preparing to find Tadasana again, mountain pose. Feel the ground, feel the earth. I have grass, wet grass under my feet. And it just feels so lovely to just let that energy be felt through the feet. The bird song, the breeze, the heart beating. And we flow. Two arms reach overhead, deep in breath. On the out breath, bend the knees, hinge from the hips for a forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. On the exhale, plant your palms down and step back to a plank pose. Hold your plank active. Press the floor away. Feel the engagement of your glutes and your quads. Allow the knees to release down. Take an in-breath. Lift the feet off the ground and take a few push-ups up and down, just kind of to start to feel the strength in your upper body. Now the next time you lower, exhale, inhale, lift, and on the exhale, press back into a child pose. Come back through, draw your chest forward, lift your feet, lower down, and then back into a child pose. Inhale back, shoulders over wrist, lower down, exhale, and press back. Again, in, out, lower, and out, child pose. One last time, in, out, and child pose. Now let your knees get super comfy wherever you want them to be. Maybe you separate the knees a little bit wider as you release yourself in a child pose. Notice the effect of the ground underneath your chest, underneath your forehead. Maybe some micro motions, micro movements. And eventually find your way back into table pose now. And from your table pose, you can start to arch and curl the spine a couple of times. In and out. Eventually curling your toes under to come into a downward facing dog. There's an opportunity here to pedal the feet a lot in your down dog. And there's an adjustment period here of like feeling the cushiness of the grass beneath you. And I would love to invite you today to explore what it's like to let go of any kind of judgment and just kind of enjoy the ride. There is something about being in the flow. Being in the flow requires us to let go each moment at a time of anything that comes. Take your time to shift forward into a plank pose again. Adjust your feet accordingly so that you have the ability to really stack those joints. Either with the knees down or not, lower down halfway or all the way down. With the in-breath, open it up into a baby cobra or an upward dog. With the out-breath, back to your downward facing dog. In and out. Letting yourselves shake the head no and yes. Explore what it's like to really feel the neck. And then slowly reach the right leg up towards the sky with the in-breath. The out-breath brings the knee to the chest as you curl. Again, inhale, lengthen it back. With the exhale, the knee comes to the chest. You step forward to the right thumb. Find your way into a runner lunge and let your body kind of extend forward with the crown of the head and back with that left heel. Taking it in together and out together. With the next in-breath, find a crescent lunge, bend the back knee, tuck the pelvis under, reach the arms overhead. And with the out-breath, re-extend the back leg, hinge forward, draw the arms back. Again, in-breath, bending back knee, tucking pelvis under. And out-breath, extending back leg, drawing that back heel down, lengthening forward. 2 more times, in and out. In and out. The next time that you come up into a crescent, bending back knee, tucking pelvis under, bring your hands to your hips and keep that bend in the back knee. Squeeze those glutes muscles. Relax your shoulders and pull that sternum upwards, pulling the navel in and out. And take your way into lowering that knee, almost touching the ground. Feel that front heel super active into the earth. And then slowly lift it up. Super slow dips, okay? Nice and slow all the way down, maybe to the count of 4. And to the count of 4 up. 2 more times. Keep bending that back knee a lot. And up. Last time. And up. And then finally, almost touching the ground. Keep tucking the pelvis under. Hold it here for 5, 4. Keep squeezing your glutes. 2, 1. Lower the back knee to the ground. Toe heel the right foot over to the side. For you guys watching me on live stream, it'll be your left foot. The toe can face outward. It's kind of like thinking of it like 2 o'clock. And then the left hand will come down to the ground so that your elbow's on the ground, finding a twist as you open up to the side. And then planting your right hand back down to the ground, open it up to the left. And again, maybe the elbow, maybe the left hand. If the elbow feels too low, open up to the side. And then right hand presses and you open up. Now instead of extending the arm upwards, take it around and place it on the lower back. And then again, right hand, take the left hand, place it on the lower back for a twist. One last time, in and out. Good. Now returning back to the center, you can toe heel the right foot back to the, so that the knee is on top of the ankle. Curl the back toes under and make your way back into a crescent. So you're bending the back knee, tucking that pelvis under, relaxing the shoulders, And this time, open up the arms sideways and spread those fingers super, super wide. Inhale here. On the exhale, either interlace the hands behind the back or place them on your sacrum to find an opening in the heart. One more inhale together. With the exhale, you'll dial the back heel down to find a warrior two. Make fist circle, wrists around. And let there be this experience of just space throughout the lungs, space throughout the arms, space throughout the neck. Maybe you're looking right and left. And coming into a side angle, bring yourself into a hinging towards your right, and then releasing the arm down as you open up towards the sky. Letting the activity of the back foot be super, super strong, even more than usual. So that back foot is even more active than usual. 2 more breaths. Relax your right shoulder. And then return into a warrior two. As you get there, again, some circling of the wrists around. And then take your time for an inhale as you reverse your warrior. On the exhale, come back to your warrior two. Cartwheel hands down. And step back to find a plank pose. Curling back toes under, extending the leg back. Finding plank. Now lower the knees to the ground and lower the right elbow down, and then press yourself back up through your left hand and plant your right hand down, and then lower the left elbow down, press yourself back up and hold. So we're going to lower. Now both elbows down, and then bring the right hand and press yourself back up. And then we lower the other way around. And then pressing up with the left hand. I'm going to have you either continue to do this on your knees down, or to come into a full plank and lower right forearm, left forearm, right hand presses up, left hand follows, left arm down, right arm down, left hand presses up, right arm follows. Remember, the knees can always stay on the ground as you move with this motion. Make it nice and slow. And we'll do it one more time on each side. Beautiful. Hold your plank. Stay active. Feel the fire in your belly. Feel the fire in your arms. Maybe they're shaking a little. And then lower all the way down to the ground to come into Locust Pose. Here you're just going to lift your heart. Reach your arms sideways or back. And then maybe lift your legs as well. And feel the counter pose here. It's so refreshing. Take in the full in breath and the full out breath. Any motions that need to happen at the cervical spine. Squeeze your shoulder blades muscles even more. And then slowly press yourself back up to your downward facing dog. I got rid of my mat. It actually feels so much better without the mat. And there's, if you're not like, you know, weirded out by wetness in the grass. Beautiful. Take your time to reach that left leg up towards the sky. Deep in breath. The out breath brings the knee to the chest as you curl. Inhale, elongated back. Exhale, knee to the chest. You step forward. You find your way into that runner lunge. You expand the energy backwards as the crown of the head reaches forward. And then rising up, there is a meaningful bending of the back knee, tucking of the pelvis under. Inhale. On the exhale, a nice elongated spine. Again. Nice and slow. The slower, the more you're telling your body that you are paying attention to everything that's arising within it. These bodies are magnificent. 2 more times. Last time, bend back knee, tuck that pelvis under, then bring your hands to your hips. You might need to readjust the placement of your back foot like I just did. Bend the back knee, tuck that pelvis under. And then start to the count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1. You should really feel it in your left glute here if you do it slow enough. And then see if you can find the joy in it, the joy in the burn. I know it sounds crazy because we're so used to being like, oh, I'm suffering and I'm exercising, I'm suffering. Like, you don't have to suffer. Nice and slow. See if you can actually enjoy the burn. You're getting stronger. And up. And then one last time, let's hold it down. Let's hold it down. Tuck that pelvis under more. Let it shake, let it burn. Am I the only one having so much fun here? Hold it, hold it, hold it. And lower, thank God. Now to heel that left foot towards the left some more. And slowly allow yourselves to kind of release down first. Maybe finding some motions. Again, that left foot is at 2 o'clock. And then either with the right forearm down, coming up into a twist with the in-breath. Left hand down, opening up to the side. Or just doing hand down and hand down versus elbow down. And see which one feels better on your body. Breath, body, life, breeze, birds, interacting with life. What else is better than that? One last time on each side. Good. And as you return back to the center, toe heeling that left foot back, finding your way into a runner lunge again. Then from there, bending back knee, coming back into that crescent. Arms re-extend sideways, spreading them apart, feeling the expression of the opening of the heart, while at the same time squeezing shoulder blades muscles. Either interlacing hands behind back again, or planting hands on sacrum. Keep tucking that pelvis under. And to your warrior 2. Maybe some wiggling of the hips side to side. Some circling of the wrists around. Take care of those wrists. We're going to do those plank push-up-y thingies after. I'm sure they have a name in like the workout world. I don't know what they're called. And then coming into side angle, allowing the opening. And then notice the step-by-step kind of experience of side angle. It's so beautiful. So many of us kind of rush through these beautiful poses. There's activation in the feet. There's strength in the core. There's a certain softening and delight throughout the fingertips. Lengthen the spine. Breeze on your face. Use your strong core to bring you back up to center. Take it in. And on the out, reverse your warrior. On the inhale, come back to center. Cartwheel the hands down. Find that plank again. And now, taking a little bit of a difference here. First, bending the right knee so it drops to the ground, and then re-extending it back up. And then bending the left knee and re-extending it back up. And we'll do back and forth. At the same time, you're saying sorry to your wrists if they're hurting you, and you're pressing the floor away so that you have less tension on those wrists. And now, to pick it up a notch, you might bring right knee to chest, step back, left knee to chest, step back. And then to take it even more fiery, you might start to jog lightly, knee to chest at a time. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down to the ground. Take your time to find Sphinx Pose. Allow the elbows to drop, opening up through the heart, drawing the chest forward and up. And some of us might enjoy to even go into a high Cobra, where you're planting your hands on the ground and kind of opening the chest just a slightly more. Now, careful your lower back. As soon as it starts to yank, you want to lower down. And slowly lowering down all the way, planting hands alongside chest, and making your way back into a child pose. Let the expansion of the spine and the relief in the lower back be felt. And reconnect with your heart. Let it spill open. Let it spill open. And returning back to your table pose. Curl toes under. Expand yourself into downward dog. Allow your body to feel the length of the downward dog, shaking head no and yes. And then slowly bend knees, press hips back, in breath. On the out breath, walk or float forward, forward fold. Rising all the way up with the in breath. Arms overhead, and on the out breath, palms to heart space. I'm going to play around a little bit with some balance. Take your weight into your right foot and take the left leg and almost cross it So that, I'm going to show the back too. It's like this. Bending that knee a lot. Feel the balance, feel the weight in your glute muscle on the right side for you guys, the left side for you guys. This is a new challenge for a yoga teacher. 2 audiences. And then take that leg all the way around and bring the foot back so that you're at, like, if we're looking at a clock, which one is 5 o'clock? I think it's 5 o'clock. This way. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. So you're bending both knees down. Sternum is nice and strong and open and lifted. And then coming back to the center and taking that left leg around and almost crossing it over and sitting back down. How are you guys doing behind me over there? Good? All right. Now, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start using the arms. So get out of it for a second. Just go like this. Yeah. And then from here, taking that left leg around, almost crossing, sitting in it. And all the way around and sink down. And again. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. And last time. Sink, 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 sink. Now I want you to come back to center, stabilize that foot so that it's facing forward, as if you're going to take another balance, but instead you're going to bring both fingertips to the ground and lift your sternum, and then bend the hell out of that right knee and draw your hips back. So the left leg is extended. Draw your sternum up. You can even extend the left leg too, but bend the right knee and draw your hips back. It should be burning. That's the idea. Nice. Let it burn. Bend your right knee more. Right knee more. Right knee more. Yes, for 5, 4, 3, 2. Land back in a crescent lunge. Dial back, heel down. And then come back into that side angle one more time. And extend the right leg for triangle. Beautiful. Notice if you're locking that right knee, see if you can micro bend it. Just a little. Two more breaths in and out. And then slowly return back to your warrior 2 with an in-breath. Out-breath, cartwheel, hands down. Find your way back into a 3-legged dog. That right leg will extend back all the way. Circle the ankle. Bend the knee. Dial hip open if you wish. If a flip dog is in your practice and you're dying to do it, do it. If you're not dying to do it, don't do it. Relax your neck. Return back to center with the in-breath. On the out-breath, release the foot down. Bend knees, press hips back. Take an inhale. On the exhale, walk or float, forward fold. Rising all the way up to stand with a deep in-breath. And the out breath, palms to heart space. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Shift your weight into your left leg. Take that foot up and over. Sink down into a chair without touching the heel to the knee. And then take it all the way around. And the art is in the slowness and the precision of the landing, so that the knees are still stacking on top of ankle, and there is this beautiful kind of awareness of the stacking of the joints. Let's get involved with the arms again. All the way around. Sink. All the way around. And sink. If you're finding pain in your knee, that might mean you need to shift your hips more back when you sit, like you're sitting on a chair. Take your weight into that heel as you come up and sink. Keep the chest open though. Let's do it 2 more times. There's a beautiful bird that's singing to us right now. I think it's a Phoebe bird. It's my favorite kind of bird. Goes like this. Phoebe. Last time. And instead of holding it here, take the right leg back. Bring fingertips to the ground. Bend the left knee a lot. In order to reach the fingertips to the ground, the left knee has to bend a hell of a lot. Keep the sternum lifted though. Draw your chest open. Bend your left knee more, Randy, more. But draw your hips back as you bend your knee. Good. Ken, draw your hips back and bend your knee like you're sitting in a chair. Yes, I know, it hurts. One more in breath. On the out breath, land back in a crescent. Take an in breath. And then open it up to your warrior 2. And then coming through side angle to your triangle. Beep, beep. You guys look wonderful. Again, 2 breaths in and out. Feel your core. Come back to center. Inhale together. On the out breath, cartwheel the hands down, making your way back to plank. Hold the plank. Let it breathe. Let the plank breathe. Nice. Notice your elbows locking, micro bend them. And then lower down to your forearm plank. Hold it for 5 breaths. Remember how we dropped the knees earlier? You can always do that, you know? Yeah, just keep your chest kind of drawn forward. Tuck the tailbone in. 2 more breaths. And then finally coming down all the way for that final back bend in a prone position. First, before coming into it, bend the right knee and grab a hold of it just to kind of stretch the right quad. So we're going to find this quad stretch. You might come up onto your left elbow. And then take it to the other side. And then I'm going to give you the option to either find your way into the skydiver position, maybe beginning all of us with skydiver, bending both knees, lifting chest, goalpost arms, feeling the activity of the back, or grabbing a hold of the ankles as you press back for bow pose. I'm letting them do all the work. Just enjoying the sun here. One more in breath. On the out breath, release back down, and now slowly rock side to side. Enjoy the legs rocking. Then lift yourself up into a seated position. However you get there is great. Now I want all of you guys to bring your knees forward. Your feet forward, bending your knees. Yeah, if you need to do anything, like for your, like an opposite, kind of a forward fold, do that. And then with your knees bent, but the feet extended enough forward, take your time to twist it out towards the right. Let your knees drop and extend your left arm all the way around. And then coming into another twist. Like you're reaching in the back of your car to grab something. Now the next time you do that, when you reach in the back of your car, you'll be used to this motion, and so you won't hurt your back. And that's the purpose, in my humble opinion, of movement in yoga. It's to kind of teach you how to move in a functional way in your daily life. A couple more times. Good. Now, taking your way into this kind of a mermaid-ish kind of a pose, where your right knee is more forward, your left knee is back. And then take it into like a mermaid/pigeon situation. And if you like it here and it feels really good on your body, stay here. This is like a variation of pigeon, which can be really lovely. Or if you are loving the full prone pigeon, you can also come into that instead. Or you can stay in one for a bit and then go to the other. If there's any other kind of variations you want to do, please trust your body in knowing what it needs. Like sometimes I'm in a yoga class and I'm dying to do a pose and the teacher won't cue it, and I'm just like, for God's sakes, please cue this. And it's just important to know, like, the teachers are okay with you doing your thing if that's what your body needs. At least, the teachers that teach at Mystic, I know that for sure. Let your entire body just be relaxed. There's some sun. Some of us are like, oh man, I don't like the sun. And see if you can kind of let go of any judgment around it and feel the warmth. Two more breaths. Let them really nourish you, those breaths. And taking it up to switch to the other side. Maybe the knees bend again and is seated, and you let them drop to the other side for mermaid, even if you're facing the other direction. And then either fold forward in mermaid or stay upright. Or take it a little bit deeper. Into a full half, a full half pigeon. At the end of the day, what else is there other than to delight in the experience of being alive? It's not always delightful. Sometimes there's pain. But maybe you can experience the pain while you are here and present for it. And actually within that, there's something delightful in a very strange way. It's actually very profound. Is to be present for your own pain rather than running away from it can be delightful. And taking another couple of breaths. Slowly make it upwards onto your backs. However you get there is great. Just get there and get your bodies situated on your backs. And your first encounter of this earth beneath you, let yourself just love it. Just love the earth. Love its support, love its tenderness. Feel your in-breath and out-breath soothing, gently rocking your soul. Imagine that with each in-breath and out-breath, you are literally like a little baby rocking, rocking, rocking your soul. The hands can be either next to you or on your belly or on your heart. Just let this body know. Let this body act upon the knowing. And as resistance arises, just acknowledge the resistance towards anything. It is welcome. Even the resistance is welcome. Because the moment is not arising for us to judge it. It's not. And our opinion about it is really irrelevant. Life arises as a manifestation of creation. So the invitation is to honor it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Honor it. Within yourself. Within yourself. First. Asatoma sakamaya. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityamam mritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Really take your time to find some wiggling of the hands and the feet. Some movements side to side. And eventually roll over onto your side if you wish. You might want to be lying down the entire time. Coming up to seated if you wish. And bowing with the hands at heart center again in this peace mudra. Right hand on top of heart, left hand on top of right. May peace abound in our life, touching all who we meet. May peace abound in the world, bringing all beings into harmony, including our Mother Earth, our planet. And closing together with the sound of Om, a cleansing breath. Inhale. Thank you, our live stream audience. Love you guys. Thank you, our beautiful outdoor audience. Love you guys. Namaste, everybody.